Carolina. Woo! 8 dams breached. It is underwater, and the question is, how long is it going to be before they blame the gays? I don't know. They always seem to do that in South Carolina or those other states. Speaking of the gays, oh, I tell you, I'm trying to like this Catholic Church. I'm doing my best, and I point out when they do good things. You have Archbishop Supich huddled with the police chief, Gary McCarthy, and Rahm Emanuel to address violence. Good for him. I like that. Good Archbishop. Good Archbishop. And then you read on another page that Archbishop Blaise Supich has removed Marco Mercado from the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Des Plaines because of Mercado's inappropriate relationship with an adult man. Really? So they got rid of a good priest because he was being who he was. Interesting. The statement from the Archdiocese said, Archbishop Supich knows this news will be difficult to hear, and he offers his assurance of prayers and solidarity with the community at Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Well, if maybe there's a reason it'll be difficult to hear because it's wrong, it's immoral, it's unjust, it's cruel. And you already have a situation in the Catholic Church where you have a shortage of priests. And to get rid of somebody because they're gay, I mean, what a joke. And it's not just Archbishop Supich, who has done a good job on the environment. The guy has been good when it comes to labor issues. But that church is still persecuting gay people for no good reason. Their policy is backward, it's archaic, and it does nobody any good except serving bigotry and causing harm. The message that young people are getting when they hear that the church is rejecting priests just because they are gay or is not supportive of LGBT people is that they are inferior. This is what young gay people hear. They're inferior. There's something wrong with them. They need help. And this is what causes homelessness. This causes suicides. This causes self-destructive behavior. Studies show this. Studies show that when LGBT people feel rejected, they engage in more dangerous behaviors. And yet you've got the Archbishop here who is humiliating a priest and sending a destructive, awful message out there. He is sending the message that there's something wrong with being gay when in fact he knows better. He knows better, and I know he knows better because he is a priest. Who knows better than a priest about gay people? My God. I was reading Mediaite this morning, and they had a very funny headline. It said, Catholic priest comes out, reveals gay boyfriend, gets fired by Vatican. Interesting headline. Is this opposed to his straight boyfriend? At least they didn't call him his gay male homosexual lover husband, or some other strange term. Gay priest comes out, reveals gay boyfriend. Is that opposed to a straight boyfriend? Really? So this isn't just happening locally, but there's this priest, Charisma. I cannot pronounce these names. My God. Anyway, he came out on the eve, this priest, and the eve of today's global meeting of the bishops, saying that he's very proud of who he is and the fact that he has a boyfriend that he is in love with. He said that he decided to come out in hopes that it might add to the conversation about gay people in the Catholic faith, but the fact that he came out meant he got fired. So he lost his job. And there's no evidence he did anything else wrong except be honest. I mean, the Vatican stripped him of his duties and said in a statement, quote, the decision to make such a pointed statement on the eve of the opening of the Synod appears very serious and irresponsible since it aims to subject the Synod Assembly to undue media pressure. You got to be kidding me. There's going to be no media at this gigantic event that they've been promoting. They promoted this more than the Madonna concert got promoted. But because this priest comes out, there's going to be media attention to the gay issue like there wasn't before. You've got to be joking. And Pope Francis alluded to the gay marriage issue when he said that the Catholic Church can't be swayed by passing fads. Really? So I guess being gay is the new hula hoop for the Vatican. Talking about being out of touch. You wonder why they're losing people. They're not filling the pews in Europe and the United States. That's why. It's these anachronistic caveman attitudes. And those who listen to the show know I have gone out of my way to be generous to this Pope, Pope Francis. I have said when he and Supich have done good things for the world, I have stood up and said, bravo, bravo on your position on labor, bravo on the environment, bravo on your position on the death penalty, etc., etc. But this whole anti-gay crusade is just immoral, it is wrong, it is destructive, it serves no purpose other than to be nasty. It's not loving your neighbor, it is attacking your neighbor. This is what this policy has done. And the hypocrisy, oh my God, the stinking hypocrisy, the two-faced wink-wink artifice is stunning. The priesthood, and nobody can deny this. Really, nobody can deny this. You might try, but you can't. The priesthood is one of the gayest institutions on earth. The Vatican is like Liberace, Richard Simmons, Clay Aiken Tupperware party. That's what it's like. It is. It's a Richard Simmons, Clay Aiken, Liberace Tupperware party. If it were any gayer, the institution would be Madonna's backup dancers. That's how gay the Vatican is, and these priests. And you know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. Yet, as soon as they come out, as soon as one's honest, they lose their job. Now, think about the perversity of this for just 1 minute. The Vatican knows that without gay people, the modern priesthood would collapse tomorrow. Again, you know it, and I know it. We all know this. Without married men and women in the priesthood, they rely on closeted gay men to fill the ranks. So what a church is supposedly, so this church supposedly based on morality is actually doing is penalizing honesty. They know they've got all these gay priests, but if you're honest, if you're forthright, and you're decent about it, get out of here, we don't want you. Lose your job. Go on the unemployment line. The gay priest should have molested an altar boy, and then he probably would have just kept his job and been shuffled to another parish. Between 2004 and 2013, the church spent a total of nearly $3 billion in costs related to abuse allegations. $3 billion. That includes settlements, therapy for victims, support for offenders, attorney's fees. It's a lot of molesting, $3 billion worth of molesting, and they're concerned about openly gay men in adult relationships? You gotta be joking. Get your priorities straight. Get your act together. I mean, that's just offensive. I mean, they all know all these gay priests, and oh my God, he came out. So-and-so came out. They all should come out. They all should live authentically. They all should live honestly and openly and decently. What do you think? 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Are you offended like I am by what Blaise Supich did and the Vatican? I know it's their policy, I get that, but it's wrong. An evil policy cannot last forever. An evil policy cannot persist. At some point, it must be struck down and it must go. This is the Wayne Besen Show. I'll be taking your calls in just a minute and opening phone lines. 773-763-9278. See you in a second.